One. All right, welcome back to D&D. So, last time you had been weaving your way through the different memories, attempting to find out information concerning the sonic weapon. You eventually were able to find some memories within the world tree and got into a fight with some memories that had attacked you as some sort of defense mechanism. Defeating those, you were then able to eventually discover where some of the other memories you actually are looking for were, but they were kind of blocked by some sort of trauma response. So you had to then go to other memories where you were able to kind of reduce the effect of that by changing them in a bit. You eventually did discover the final memory that you were looking for, at least closer to your final goal, which was the wizard Krexon, who you were able to then come in and see that this is within the same realm where you had fought the Tanner, where he was beginning his sacrifice. So we leave you off here at the other side of the bridge, where you had done battle only a few months prior, although this would have taken place a few centuries ago.
Hmm. Well, I think I see how they got traumatized. Graham is gonna start moving up the bridge, looking around.
Graham, you hear the kind of horrifying screeching sound as these kind of bone extrusions are scraping against stone and metal from this gigantic kind of creature far below, as the swirling mass of this kind of area below the bridge just kind of formulates together.
I don't want to go to there.
I mean, you've already been there. This is just a memory.
Oh,
I mean, maybe a memory that'll kill us all, but
I don't know. This place is pretty scary. I feel like if I was here before, I blocked out the memory.
You have Alvin here before. I think, yeah, even Fern has been here before when she initially was one of the first times she joined. And yeah, you had been able to stop her sacrifice to the flayed one here.
hooray!
And do like does this memory actually remind me that like the flayed one was actually here?
Um, it
Like
would, like,
like
you were definitely in tune with this being his,
seat of
if not
power?
not necessarily maybe his realm per se, um, but at least where he resides.
So I can feel his presence, definitely.
You don't feel his presence here, as this is merely a memory of something that occurred previously. But
But can I tell if they feel his presence or maybe his influence caused what is about to happen?
at this time, you're not sure.
I'll keep an eye regarding that.
Okay.
Or I guess a
I'm gonna
feel.
try to get close to their conversation.
Yeah.
You could make out snippets of what they're saying, but the just a tremendous amount of sound and just the distance in general is making it difficult to make out what they're saying exactly.
Well, I'm gonna keep heading over. I'm gonna start waving my arms like this.
It's me, your colleague from many centuries.
Nico, my cousin, let's go bowling.
All right. So Graham and Otto are walking up the bridge.
Yes, even though I probably should know better, but yes.
Come on,
Where
Fiddle.
I'm being very diligent though. I'm on like high alert.
Hitting a
Like
swivel
weird
is
anything
better.
weird.
Against my instinct to hide in a corner, I'll follow along.
and Fern and Aurora, are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna stop cutting my fingers.
I would recommend against cutting your fingers.
My hand looks like I've just been periodically sticking it into a thing that cuts hands.
Ah, the hand cutter.
Yes.
Why do they call it my hand?
They don't make good hand cutters since the 50s no more. All right. As you are crossing this bridge, the gigantic kind of worm creatures below it continues like snaking through. Uh, it definitely has a lot more energy. It seems to be moving quicker and with a more rhythm to it than you have previously remembered.
Oh, it means it likes us.
It's awake, or it was.
Do we remember what this was? I can't recall.
This was the Shadowfell. This was when we got blown into that realm when we were trying to clear that house and that anchor got destroyed.
I'm trying to think. Was that the?
Those were two separate things.
But that's how we got to the Shadowfell, right?
That was how you got to the Shadowfell, yeah. But this is not the Shadowfell.
Right, right. Okay, never mind.
Does
Don't
this
mind.
creature seem familiar in any capacity to
Make an Arcana check.
Let me dance through my. It's loading. Do 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 do. God,
No.
Jesus.
Nothing jogs your memory of anything. I mean, you saw it previously when you first went to the Flayed One's realm, or not his realm, but this area to interact with the Tanner. But
Sure
the
wish I had the lucky feet right now.
creature itself does not match anything you've ever like heard about or even studied. It is completely unknown to you.
Maybe we should
What kind
feed
of
it.
magical energies does it give off? Can we tell?
Um, you would probably you would need a detect magic spell to even try and get that information.
This is where I stereotypically go just, hey guys, okay, I give up. I'm leaving this dream.
Graham is going to keep trying to get closer.
Okay.
Waiting for an initiative roll to jump out from behind a corner.
Same. I'll keep moving up and I'll keep studying the creature to see if like something jogs my memory maybe.
All
Or like
right.
if I've heard anything like this.
If you'd like, you can make a history roll. It's
I
gonna be a
would.
harder DC, but
Or if I've heard anything story wise in my
Oh, yeah.
bartending life. Where's history?
The halfling's natural one.
you have not heard of this creature before, besides being a warlock of the Flayed One and having heard the name previously. Nothing within the rumors and history and just general knowledge of the Flayed One ever mentions this creature.
Can I try a religion check?
Yes, go ahead.
Let's find out.
Um,
The dice just want us dumb. I'm sorry, Ian.
the creature does not match anything that you would have encountered within your religious training. Um, it you're relatively confident it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with a god or a religion. Uh, so you would suspect that this creature exists because it was maybe created magically, or it may have come from a completely different plane of existence. But you are pretty confident it is not of a religious origin.
Hmm. Well, I got nothing.
But yes, the creature is so large you're actually not able to see the head or the tail, if it even has anything like that.
Got him coming and going.
What is it you want to do to this creature, Graham?
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it is.
Oh.
Has Fern heard of anything like this in the Feywilds from her mentor?
Shenanigans.
If she'd like, she can make a nature check.
Sure. Okay.
Maybe our interdimensional rabbit knows what it is.
Okay, so 27, natural 20, lovely.
Hmm.
Fern is absolutely certain this is not a naturally occurring creature, even from a different plane of existence. Something like this would have had to have been created through magic. So it did not come from anywhere so much as it was created.
Okay.
Now, the why or how of that is not something she can currently
No.
figure out.
Yeah. Well,
Would
maybe he's
something like this
explaining
be
some shit.
used? Could something like this be used? I don't know, like
Do
store
Here's a
souls
thought.
or something, like, sacrifice energy for like someone who's planning something like long term. Like,
You're not really sure.
Can I make a history on um what's his bucket? Um Dickhead Mage that the Crossblades killed because I went through all the records when I was doing the shrine.
Yes, if you'd like, you can do a history check.
Because my thought is maybe he helped make it with the Tanner. That was one of his big crazy projects. 26. That's
All
not
right,
bad.
Graham, your knowledge of Krexon,
Correct.
especially after having studied him, is pretty thorough. The history of him is it's not really complete. He was a mage who worked for the Arwellan Empire, um, and had appeared uh, shortly before their actual decline and when they left Viderheim. He Nobody's really sure where he came from. They weren't sure he like what country he's from, who his parents are. The accent was always very difficult to pin down. It was known he was an elf and was incredibly skilled in magic, having been considered a extremely powerful wizard, very well read. His magical skills completely dwarfed a lot of other mages, and he was able to integrate himself within the Arwellan Empire, especially within Viderheim itself, without too much trouble. He did eventually stay within Viderheim, and even after the Arwellan Empire left, he then attempted to, in essence, conquer the continent before the initial Crossblades were able to defeat him and kill him.
Um, what studies did he do with the Arwallan Empire? Like, what were his areas of focus?
He was considered to be an excellent all-arounder. He was primarily considered to be specialized within evocation magic. However, it was difficult to figure out what kind of a wizard he was and what his area of study was, as he seemed to be what wouldn't be considered a traditional wizard.
He was an asshole answer. Okay. Well,
an
shit,
ants
I got
master.
nothing. Let's.
He was a always an enigmatic figure and was just very private, is what the history writes down. He was also very well connected politically, making it difficult for people to try and find information about it, as he was able to just squash any and all investigations.
Okay, makes sense. Um,
While you're pondering this, Otto was just like looking at the creature to see if there maybe if this was like maybe preliminary like creations that they use in like from another dimension that the Shaper was trying to recreate, and they
Um,
just patched this thing together.
uh, make make an Arcana check for that one specific line of thought.
Can
Nope.
I halfling that? I'm assuming I can halfling that.
Oh yeah, halfling that.
Okay, that's a lot better, but still.
halfling.
I know
This,
I'm grasping at straws here.
yeah, this creature is a lot more. I mean, it's at a distance, so it's difficult to make out what it is. But your knowledge of the Shaper's creations and this creature don't really seem to match. This appears to be entirely created through magic, where the Shaper used a combination of magic, surgery, and psionic manipulation to create his creatures.
What an asshole. Um. Okay.
Fast forward 500 years in the future, Otto rides into Viderheim on this like magical creatures and the big bad evil.
Graham is going to continue approaching because he's
Yeah.
his last guess is that this guy loves being a smug, condescending prick. So he's probably explaining his grand plans in detail to his horrified victims.
Where would this guy be? Just in terms, I don't see.
Oh, they would be at the here. They would be like right there. I
Okay.
didn't put in their actual tokens.
I
The,
figured.
the castle of evil wizard face guy.
I will actually move up to
Yeah.
the clip here.
Yeah,
So-
like when you first saw that, it's funny that this is like centuries ago because you saw this first a few months ago, and there was a sacrifice about to be done.
Well, it seems like nobody's here now.
Is that door still closed? I think they were doing
Yeah,
the
the
sac-
door is shut still. You do see the three figures of Sandro, Misa, and the elf whose name escapes me all the time, as well as
Elf boy.
Krexon.
Who could forget dear Rat Boy?
Uh, I'm trying to remember because it's actually even it really was a few months ago too.
I mean,
The
IRL. I think it was
sacrifice-
like last. It was like a year or more.
Yeah, so when that if that
Silric.
gate opens, I thought that like something would come through, right?
You
Mhm.
remember there being like banging on the gate, but you were able to stop the sacrifice before anything
Right.
occurred.
Okay.
Yes, it was. So you see Sandro, the Lich. You see Silric, the elf. You see the gnome of Misa, and you see the figure, the tall, kind of lanky form of Krexon. And they're standing up on the platform by the door itself.
I'm gonna try to drop Eves.
All right. Well, right now you're still pretty far away. The
I'm
sound
getting
is
closer.
also you're like more than 100 feet away.
Oh, they're at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm continuing on.
Boom. Right here.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
feel
were
like
able to
Fern
make out.
can- Yeah, and I feel like Fern could hear it even better.
Well, Fern unfortunately has the world's worst white noise currently going, as the scraping and tearing of like metal and stone is heard below as the like blades on this gigantic worm kind of scrape against the stones that are floating above this storm below you.
Fern takes out some earplugs and puts them in her ears.
But yes, you were able to approach, and you were able to hear a few snippets of what they were saying previously. But now that Graham is much closer, he can actually hear this. He's able to actually make out what it is exactly they're saying. Krexon is describing. Well, with my colleague here, he kind of gestures to the door that kind of like rattles as something like heavily slams against it. He's been able to provide some additional information. I hope you've enjoyed meeting him here. I must say he doesn't get many guests. The three, Sandro, Misa, and Silric, seem to be a little more cowed by the what they're experiencing here.
I know we're integrating ourselves into the memory. Can I tell now that this, whatever's behind that door, is basically what the Flayed One's arc was trying to bring forth?
you have a good idea that the flayed one resides here, as you were never quite able to determine what the actual plan was with the Tanner, but you do know that it involved at least releasing some measure of his power.
Can I tell that this is that measure in this memory too?
This does appear to be like an area that he resides. Yes, it does match what you that.
I'm going to whisper to Graham, this ain't good.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not good.
Graham is gonna keep on walking up closer.
The memory of Crexon continues forth. The design here needed a little work. The engineering aspect of it was a bit crude. We've been able to, using our combined intellect, refine and create the weapon you so desperately desired to protect yourself from our former colleagues up above.
I'll be right back real quick.
Now, as for myself, I won't be joining you in your interesting little experiment beyond a few simple measures I've been implementing myself. I will be heading further south, downwards, once we return to the material plane with Zaffeller as well as your fiendish associate. I have some business below. So,
Graham is gonna speak up and just kind of walk up looking casual, like sword laid over one shoulder. Yeah, I bet you do.
the three, Sandro, Misa, Silra, kind of freeze, almost as if they were just locked in place, paralyzed. Crexon continues. I do indeed. Memory interlopers, I take it?
Something to that effect. And what would that make you?
I suppose a memory of an existing person.
Well, not existing anymore, but you'll find that out yourself.
You'd be surprised what I'm able to do. For example, you haven't really had too much luck talking to various memories throughout here, have you? Maybe to an extent, trying to integrate yourself in, change things up a little. However, I never merged in. So you have to ask yourself, why is my memory talking to you?
That is a pretty good question. I've got some guesses, but why don't you go ahead and tell me since you're so proud of yourself?
If you look over at people in this conversation, he's cross-eyed. He's just like,
Well,
No, I'm interested in hearing what your theories are.
then I guess you're just going to have to continue your existence in whatever form it is. A little frustrated that I won't tell you.
yeah.
I don't particularly care. Just a slight bit of memory. Although, I do have one simple contribution to this little experiment merging together. A bit of a trap for any interlopers such as yourself.
No, we love traps. Let's get on with it then.
Well, if you're so eager to die, then
Friend is just gray rocking him, refuses, or friend, that's my D&D character from Saturday, sorry. Graham is just gray rocking him, just giving him nothing to play with.
well then. I thought we'd continue our little chat, but no, if you're so eager to die, then let us begin. The memory kind of shifts, and these different forms kind of appear. If I can put them onto the token layer, there we go. As these
die.
Yep, as these different kind of beings appear, the the kind of figures of Krexon, as well as the three that form the singularity, disappear, and you find yourself just kind of face to face with people who you had seen in different memories previously, but have been kind of brought here and dropped in, and you see they look aggressive, angry, and they are beginning to approach you in a rather hostile fashion. So yes, please go ahead, click on your character, and we will roll initiative.
I got a 7. Ladies.
And I have to remind myself which one is which. Protector. And I think this one was the Sentry. Yep.
A little bit of slowness here. My internet connection is unstable.
No.
That's illegal. 911, what's your emergency? You're being murdered? That's illegal. They can't do that.
Tell them it's illegal.
Hang on, put him on the phone. Put him on the phone. I'll tell him.
I think Ed had to vacate for just a bit, so we're going to be just a bit behind as he's waiting to come back.
Very well.
I thought there was going to be more banter, honestly.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to psychologically game him, and my thought was he's egotistical, so if I don't play his games, he might get mad and get off kilter.
Not a bad thought, not a bad strategy, but he was not that kind of egotistical.
Alas. Ugh. Ow. My body.
Your body? No.
Terrible, terrible body. My ship has taken terrible, terrible damage.
Actually, okay, with it. No, auto is right there. But the...
No,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. No worries.
So do I need to roll initiative?
Yeah,
Yep.
just for you and Fern.
Okay, let's do Fern first. While I do that, abridge me on what happened real quick.
Yep, go ahead, Matt.
So, the memory of Krexon actually is talking to us like he knows he's in a memory. Set up some sort of memory trap, which is summoning in all the memories of other people, like Inception style. They're going to murder us for being outside of the memory.
Oh, okay.
Graham tried to bait him into letting more slip by gray rocking him, but it didn't work. So there was less banter, more murder.
Okay.
All right. Well, Fern is first up.
Let me see. I'm assuming this is Krexon right here.
No, they kind of vanished and are replaced by just general like memory guards.
Okay. She will shoot this one.
All right.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, I think with the pistol.
Okay, so she shoots with a 12. The pistol round misses. It just kind of flies by, close but not close enough to strike.
Okay, and again.
That does hit, dealing 7 damage. As you see, like the pistol round kind of strike, the memory of this person kind of flickers and then reforms into their shape again.
Okay, and then Aurora will charge, I guess. We'll just assume she does a charge. I forgot. Does she have...
It's got to be 20 feet, but Aurora has enough movement that she could back up and then charge the 20.
Yep. Let me see here. She... What is it?
It's her, I believe, maul attack. And it just does extra damage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... Okay. See. I clicked it. I clicked the thing. How do I clicked that.
Jersey.
Oh, there we are. Well, the 20 does hit. Can you give me the description for charge so I can make sure to do the numbers right? Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll damage, and then we'll add in an extra d6 of slashing damage.
It's 1d8 plus 5.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
So 9.
All right. So that's for the initial. That's for the initial attack for the maul.
Yep.
Okay. So 9, and then an additional d6.
6.
For an additional 2 damage. Okay. And it has to make a DC save, so I will have it make a. It's a DC
11.
strength
it looks
save.
like. Mhm.
Okay. Nope. So the memory of this person is knocked prone.
Nice.
Take that, memory.
So we'll just do that. Okay.
Uh,
All right.
So let me see. How much does Aurora's movement have?
It's like 40.
Yeah. Because it's prone. If Aurora moves away, can it?
It
No
would
opportunity
be
attack.
able to at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll just stay there.
Fifthol, you're up.
Do fiffly things.
Yes, I suppose.
I guess if I really have to.
I don't want a fiffle today. I'm all fiffed out.
The fool needs another cup of tea.
How about Mickey Rat Sauce? Is he in the game?
Possibly. Let's see. First of all, let's zoom a bit. Okay,
It's a
so
big map.
we have a variety of angry memory guys being angry. Is that the notion here?
They certainly don't like you.
Murderous intent, etc., etc.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Are they ravenous? Oh, yes, very. Excellent.
Okay, so I've got some possibilities due to their numbers and my numbers. And nobody's moved in close yet. But I can go ahead and kind of lean around the corner and try and shoot this guy in the face.
Okay. You would have the advantage of assassinate as you're going before them.
Yes.
Nice.
This.
That does hit. Go ahead, roll damage. Okay. It's 20.
There's more. There's more damage.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. Using the power of friendship in this gun I found.
Hey,
Let's see, that's
There's the problem.
24, 35. Well, Fiffle, you're quite easily able to just put an arrow directly into this memory, and you see it flicker and then just vanish.
cool. Piffle bonus action hides somewhere around this horn-shaped rock.
All right.
Oops.
We'll go with the 22. And we will start with the sentries. All right, so we're going to start with this one. The one that Aurora knocked down. It's going to use half its movement. It's going to stand up. It is then going to... Yes, hold on 1 second. Yep. It looks at Aurora and it kind of unleashes like a psionic energy. I would like Aurora to make an intelligence save, please. Ed?
Yeah, hang on. I'm like learning that Aurora doesn't have the thingy. Let's see, D20.
You could just click on like intelligence and it would just be an intelligence save from there.
Oh, I can't click it. That's cool.
Okay. Aurora is going to take 9, because it's going to be 2d6 plus 2, psychic damage.
Okay.
And then the creature is going to slash out at Aurora as well. I think an 18 hits.
Yeah.
for additional 10 psychic damage. It rolled really high on its like attacks there.
Rude boy.
Because I could see what the actual average is, and it's a little bit higher than that. But so yeah, so
Okay. Where does she keep track of Aurora's hit points? Is that on her main sheet?
I'm not sure actually.
Okay, it's fine. I can keep track of it.
It's gonna move close to you, Otto. It is going to force you to make a intelligence save as well.
$16.
Okay, 16. Okay. You're able to pass, so the creature fails. This one, 5.
Oh, I should start figuring out what I want to do.
20, 25. It's going to stand here, and it's going to look at you, Graham, and it's going to force you to make an intelligence save.
Okay, and I'm next to Otto, so I'll get +5.
Yep.
Never mind, I'm good.
All right. So yeah, you're able to avoid the attacks as you just feel like the psionic energy like flow towards you, and you're able to steal your mind and prevent yourself from being like affected by it.
Good.
On to the protectors. Yeah. All right. That's not quite true, but 5, 10, 15. Yep. It looks to you, Graham, and it's going to just like kind of move its hands, and it just like pushes out, and you just feel like a burst of energy hit you. Can you make a strength save, please?
All right. 22.
You are fine. Yep.
I might try something spicy this time.
Fine. It's gonna stand there, and
Otto's gonna hold up a sign that says, "I'm helping."
yeah, it's gonna look to you. Actually, yeah, it's going to jump down. Okay, and it looks to Fern, which is, and it's going to use like the same psionic kind of attack. And I want Fern to make a strength save as well, please.
She's unfortunately out of range.
All right. Yeah, so Fern gets blasted back 10 feet, so 5, 10 here, and is knocked prone.
Ass over kettle over Fiffle.
Yeah, Fiffle, you just see this little rabbit girl just tumble over you and just, like, slam into the ground behind you.
Oh, no.
Polite applause.
Piffle is concerned.
And then Otto, you're up.
Otto's gonna move over here. And actually, hang on. Otto's just gonna move here. It's gonna attack this guy.
Okay.
Why did it resize my character sheet? You know what?
It does
I
that
hate it
once
when
in a
it does
while.
that.
It does it to mock you.
Well, it's marked me and it's failed. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Can I get halfling on that or no?
Well, you're within 25 feet. It would use Fiffle's reaction.
That's up to the Fiffle this night.
Is it? It's attack rolls too, as well, right? It's not just saving throws and ability checks.
I will tell you. I have the full description in here. Lucky is me. No. Bountiful. Yep, it's everything.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you'll be able to re-roll that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. That does hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Ready.
11 slashing. Okay. Hits as well. 12 slashing. All right.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, you see the creature kind of like flicker, and it takes a bit, but it does eventually like reform as it was.
Okay.
All right. And that's everything for Otto.
Yeah.
Graham, you're up.
All right. Graham is gonna cast Vampiric Touch.
All right.
And he is going to go over and which of these is most injured from the hits I've seen them take? Probably
The one auto hit.
Is that this one or this one?
This one here, yeah.
Okay, so Graham will move over to that one.
I put a little concentration marker on you.
Okay, and he is going to make a melee touch attack against it.
Okay.
And it should get some extra bonus damage, but I don't think I get the heal from the extra bonus damage. Let me see. Touch attack. I would assume... it would probably be at +8. Oh, wait, no, plus... Oh, wait, no, my spell attacks get boosted by that item thing, so I think it's at +9.
Yep.
Nice. Does a 19 hit?
It does, yes. Go ahead, roll
Okay,
damage.
so first, it'll be 3d6 necrotic. If it's resistant, it is not.
Okay.
I heal half of that, so I get 7 HP.
Let's see here. And target takes, and you regain hit points. Well, actually, you only regain 2 because it only had 4 hit points.
It still deals the damage. I believe I still get the recovery effect.
You regain hit points equal to the amount of necrotic damage. Yeah, actually, I guess that does make sense. Okay, so you'd get.
I did
7.
just spend a 3rd level spell slot. I'm not gonna.
That's fair. That's true. I guess you do the damage even if it reduces it beyond 0.
Cool.
So.
And do I have any bonus action cantrips? I don't think I do, but that did heal me a bit. My bonus damage doesn't matter in this case because now he's deed. I'm gonna move down here to be in the middle of the party. And I will end turn.
Okay.
Graham's hands are just kind of blacklight void swirling as he just grip and sip on this memory.
Let's see here. And a target now, and you gain until the spell ends. You can. Does the spell end when you actually
No, I can keep it going until the end of my concentration, or until the duration up to a minute.
All right. So with that, we are on to the actual guard itself. All right. Yeah, it's gonna step down here. Actually, it's gonna go here. Right here, using its movement. And it is going to make a blast against you, Graham.
Okay.
22 hit.
Let me see. I'm going to use a... Wait, do I have my shield spell for the day? Let me look. No, yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Damn.
Alright, so it's going to deal 10 psychic damage.
Okay, and wisdom or be stunned.
Yep.
I'm good on wisdom, and con save I think will be a DC 5. It's half the damage or 10, whichever's...
A little higher. So yeah. Yep, you're fine.
It'll be a 19. So I take 10 psychic?
Yep.
Okay.
It is going to then... So you actually do see this creature here. It kind of scans, and you see it like look towards the guard. And you can feel like kind of psionic energy linking the two of them. And it looks to where Fiffle is, and it blasts at Fiffle with a psionic blast as well.
Hey, you can't see me.
Does a 14 hit?
No?
Yeah, the psionic blast strikes just where, like, between your feet, Fiffle.
I like how surprised you were. Huh, that's... Usually this doesn't go like this.
Seeing the psionic blast, Piffle thinks very loudly. Neener, neener, neener.
But that is it for the creature, so it's back to Fern.
Sorry, there was a lot of weird yelling.
All right, no worry. So Fern is currently prone.
Okay. She will stand up. That's half her.
Yep, half the movement.
So it's 35. So that brings her to 15 or 20.
I think it would be 30. It would round down, so I think it would be like
15.
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, All right.
I'll be right back. My cats are doing shit.
So she'll stand up. She will blast this guy next to Aurora.
All right.
All right. Where's the blasty thing? Blast.
That does hit. The creature flickers, and it looks like it's about to like just fade out, but then it is able to reform itself again. It does take a little bit longer than you would expect, but.
And she blasts him again as he's reforming.
And as it reforms, you can see the final shot just like tears through, and it just like completely vanishes from existence.
And and obviously, I'll do the maul thing with the charge thing with Aurora.
All right.
Let me see. This guy right here.
Okay.
And I guess boom right there.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Roll D20. Wait, I could click maul. I forgot. This is a cool thing.
Unfortunately, the creature is able to just avoid Aurora. It just Aurora charges, and it kind of sidesteps, and Aurora just like shoots by and is able to like kind of swirl around to get back to where she was, but without actually able to hit it.
All right, and a frontal move right here.
Okay.
And that should be it.
Fiffle, you're up.
Piffle gets a sight line on this guy. You think I could hit that guy?
Yeah, I believe so.
And he attempts to shoot at it. So I was hiding, and if it hadn't detected me, I would have advantage, would I not?
Yeah, they for some reason they were able to determine where you were.
All of them, or just whoever psychic blasted me?
You saw this one here, like, kind of just look exactly where you were hiding, and then it psionically communicated with the one that blasted at you.
Oh,
that's cheating.
Definitely.
How dare!
All right. Well, I shoot an arrow at it.
All right. The arrow just flies right by.
Curses. I'm gonna move over to this side and hide over.
Okay.
Where did they go? I swear I had it in a separate window. It's not messing with me. Roll 20.
You trying to hide?
I am bonus action. Hide.
Okay. On to the sentries. So this one here. It is going to look down at Aurora, and it is going to, like you can feel, like, the sonic burst against it. I would like Aurora to make an intelligence save.
+5.
Okay. Aurora is fine. That was the sentry, so now we'll go to the protector. All right. So we'll start with this one right here.
Okay.
It is going to... Yeah, it's not what you did, Graham. It's going to stab at you with, like, its strange spear.
Okay.
And you can see just, like, a... like, spear kind of, like, immaterialize within its hand, and it just, like, stabs at you.
Missing.
Yep.
Oh.
And it goes stabbed, and you're able to, like, duck out of the way as it just, like, pierces through, and, like, the spear kind of vanishes from its hand again.
Auto will sentinel.
Yep, go ahead.
Good.
Well, that does hit.
And his speed is 0 for the rest of the turn.
Okay. 13. Let me just make sure I get the numbers right. Probably, I can't imagine I get the math wrong, but you never know. All right. The other one here is going to move up to you, Otto, and it's going to make its own spear attack against you. Missing. And that's their turn. So, Otto, you're up.
Ooh, I'm gonna hit this guy again.
Okay.
And boom.
Well, that does hit for 12 slashing damage. And that also hits for 14 slashing damage.
And that should be it.
And then Graham, you're up.
Okay. Graham is gonna swing on the spear wielder that just swung on him.
Okay.
And that'll be 23 to hit.
Does hit.
First, it'll be 9 damage, so I get back 4.
Okay. And that is enough to kill it.
I keep not having my bonus damage applied, but that's alright.
Well, don't worry. He's dead in the memory, and he's still feeling the pain.
You die in the memory, you die for real. Graham is gonna move one over here and end turn again.
Okay. And then we'll go on to the Mind Guard. It's going to looks to Graham. It is going to fire a single blast at you, Graham.
Missing.
And then it's going to look to Otto, and it's going to do a blast against him. Also missing. And I guess that is its turn. So
My
it is on to
condolences.
Fern. I'll admit it is rolled a smidge lower than I was expecting, but it got a good early go, so it all balances out.
Fern will move here. And shoot this guy.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, that does hit for 13 piercing damage.
And one more time.
Wow, that also hits. Well, as is expected. Okay, for a total of 22.
Then she does you ever seen the revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid? She like does the thing with the guns and puts them back in the holster.
Oh, she like kind of swirls them.
Yeah. All right, and Aurora will bite this thing.
Okay.
Ball, I guess.
Yep, just a standard maul without the charge. That misses, unfortunately. She just kind of snaps at it, and it just like vanishes and reappears after the bite has gone through.
All right, that's it.
All right, Fiffle, you're up.
Who's left?
There were 3 of them left. There's the one to the right of Aurora, one just north of Graham, and then the one up here.
Okay, I will shoot the one next to Aurora.
Okay.
They still know where I am? They just automatically know where I am? Or do you have to make checks?
They have a special ability.
Okay.
It's called Fuck This Halfling in particular.
Yep.
Yeah, you see the remaining one of... that is, however, enough to do damage, so go ahead and roll them bones.
Okay, and this will, however, get a sneak attack.
Yep.
Definitely.
And then a 16.
Respectable. And I will...
Yeah.
Total thinking that he is being sneaky will continue to bonus action hide because he doesn't fucking have any.
He does his best.
Yeah, you see like the creature kind of vanish as Aurora snaps, and it like goes back into existence, only to get shot with an arrow from Fiffle there.
Nice.
Oof.
All right, the Mind Sentry here is going to turn to Fiffle. You see this one here kind of like look directly at you, Fiffle, and it looks at the Mind Sentry that you just shot, and you can see the intense connection between the two of them, and it looks to you, and it just like
now.
waves, and you just see like a burst flow from it, and I want you to go ahead and can you make an intelligence check, please?
Uh-oh.
an intelligence save.
How wide is that radius around Otto?
10
It's
feet.
10 feet, yeah.
I think I could reach Fiffle like in 3 levels.
No, because I get a bonus. Oh, I'll just. Oh, you know what?
You get a reaction, yeah. So,
I'll reroll.
unfortunately, that is still
Okay.
not quite enough. Yeah, so it is going to. I just looked at the math, and 2d6 plus 2. So a total of 11 damage against you.
Okay.
And
what kind of damage was that?
psychic damage.
That's what I thought. 11, you say. So
And-
that make.
Yeah, and you just feel like a ringing in your ears. As it just...
Pivotal glares back angrily at the apparition.
It does not seem to really
Scared.
reflect your anger back to you. We now go to the Protector. It is going to form the spear in its hand, and it just like goes and it like does a downward stab as it like attacks Otto. Missing.
I'm like waiting. Is he lagging too?
No, well, to an extent, but not as bad.
Roll 20 is like, man, let's calculate this a little longer. That misses.
But yeah, and just not able to stab through. So, Otto, you're up.
I'm going to hit him back.
One would always expect to beat that, yes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you don't get the Faffling look because Fiff already used it himself. That second hit, that does hit though, for ace. Okay.
I have hit him twice, and
Well, you get him on the back
or,
swing.
oh yeah, I've attempted to hit him twice. I meant, and okay, and I'll stand right, and I'll move there, and that'll be my turn.
Graham, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna punch the one that's hassling the wolf.
Okay.
18 to hit,
It does hit.
and I heal. Jeez, these numbers.
And guess what?
I guess it's d6s, so
Yeah.
I heal 3.
And you also
and
destroy it.
takes... Oh, that's another kill.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm just like
Kill streak.
dusting them on his fists.
This is one Fiff will hit. You're like kill stealing.
I mean, yeah. I guess
Although-
it is the necromantic thing to do. Graham is gonna move up and around on the stairs around this one and end turn.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think if in a fight between like life and death, no one's gonna complain about kill steal.
Yeah. Hey.
Maybe a Call of Duty person would.
All right. This one up here is going to look to you, Graham, and it is going to unleash a blast against you.
Vicious mockery.
Missing.
Yep.
And it's going to unleash another blast against you, hitting.
Okay.
Yeah, there we are. 8 psychic damage, and can you give me a wisdom save?
This will be a +5.
Yep.
I'm good, and Constitution save. I'm good.
Oh, good.
And 8 damage.
And it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Fern is up.
Gun that fucker down. Burn that gaggle fuck.
I think right there, and she'll gun him down.
Okay. Well, that does hit for the 8 piercing damage. Let's make sure my numbers are right here. Both hit.
20. Yep.
All right.
And I believe Aurora can charge all the way there, right? Let me see.
No, I think it's just outside. Well, actually, what is her movement? Is it 40 or is it 60?
40.
No, it's unfortunately too far for Aurora.
Okay.
The best Aurora could get to is like
Yeah.
here.
I don't know if charge, like, when she starts charging.
No, it's just like 20 feet in a straight line.
Yeah. Okay. She'll charge she'll move over here.
She
She can charge the other one, I think. No,
yeah,
maybe.
she would be able to charge. She would just have to like move a bit and then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Boom, charge on here. And
Okay.
just keep the
Go ahead
ball.
and roll to hit. That does hit.
Oh, what was it?
I think if you just click
1d.
Maul and add the D6.
Is that a D8 or a D6? It says 1D8 plus 5.
Can you give me the... Here, let me check charge again.
Oh, yeah, it's a 1D8 plus 5, and then whatever.
Yeah,
A
and then...
D6 for the malls. Yeah, so
Yep.
I do a 1D8, then a 1D6.
Yep. 1.
So that's 6. So that's 6 for the mall. And 1D6.
It's a 1d8 plus 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it says in the mall thing.
Okay.
And
Just
then
check
those.
real quick. Yeah, 1d. Okay. So 6 plus 5 is 11.
Right.
All right.
Oh, and he's prone, I guess.
Well, it's got to make a strength save,
Oh, yeah, that's right. It'll
Which
yep,
it-
it'll-
passes. So yeah, this dog big wolf just charges and slams it and bites, and it is able to maintain its balance though, and his Aurora just is not able to like knock it prone. Did Aurora wish to do anything else?
Nah. I think we're good.
On to the 5th.
Fifth, you say?
To the 5th.
I plead the 5th.
To Lord Fiffle. First of his name.
Last of his line.
I spoke up.
Actually, I'm not sure. Was that the pun you were thinking of, Jeremy, when he came up with him? He pleads the fiffle?
Huh?
Does he plead the fiffle?
That was not on my mind, no. But he does. He pleads the fiffle.
Okay.
Still bad guys?
2 of them.
Keep the one up near me up if you can, so I can punch it for health.
Yeah, I shoot this one.
Okay.
With shooting arrows. Those things I shoot.
The arrow, unfortunately, does not land. And you just see it kind of like clatter in the staircase next to it.
Okay. Piffle, knowing that they keep just looking right at him, continues to keep his distance, but does not attempt to hide again.
Okay.
Can't do anything else interesting, can I?
You can probably get near me if you wanted the aura. Within 10 feet of me.
What's your aura?
The plus 5 to saves.
Oh, that's good. I want that.
That's real good.
I think it's like, here's the cap. Like, you would have to be there for the max range.
Yeah, I'm just looking really quick. Okay, no. Get myself here without being in too much trouble. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Good.
Well, the sentries are all dead, so we'll go on to Protector, the one remaining. It is going to...
We've got the high ground.
Yeah, it is going to take its, like, the spear, and it's going to, like, stab at Otto again. 20 hit.
Let me check, because I'm a shield. Negative.
Okay. Actually rolled good for once. Yeah, so you're able to just, with the shield in front of you, you're able to, like, deflect the blow. And you wouldn't think, like, a mental projection of a memory 700 years old could look annoyed, and yet it does.
Good.
It's got RBF right now.
And then on to Otto.
Otto's gonna hit him back, or wait, yeah, I have to. Here, be annoyed.
Hits for 7 slashing damage. That also hits for 9 slashing damage. Okay.
And that'll be it.
Alright. On to Graham.
Okay. Graham's gonna punch it.
Punch.
Falcon punch.
Falcon. Punch!
Well, it does hit.
Nice. It's from 14 necrotic base.
Yeah, guess what, Graham?
Is
Guess
it
what you-
dead?
Yeah.
Just That's got to be a little intimidating, even if behind the curtain we know that I'm just kill stealing the last couple digits of health, just punching them one at a time, they're just exploding into dust.
It's like it's almost like the games where you don't heal on the percentage of the hit, but you heal on the kill.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're setting you up to heal.
Technically, it's not dust. You're seeing like memory fragments. You just see like a brief burst of like a child playing catch with his dad as it explodes.
Good. Graham is gonna move diagonally and then horizontally toward the remaining thing, just advancing like a JoJo character.
All right, it is going to make the mind blasts against you. Missing. 21
That
hit.
one hits.
14 psychic damage.
Every time I get a good heal, they immediately undo it.
All right, so wisdom save, please.
Is that right? I guess that's right. Damn. Wisdom save.
You're fine.
I'm good. Con save. I'm also good.
Yep, and then it's gonna.
You're so fine that the guy feels 10, bad and just 15, gives you back your health.
20, 25, 30. On to Fern.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Even though I'm not rolling amazingly on the damage and the heals, I have to admit, with all the abuse I've taken, the fact that I'd probably be down if I hadn't done that.
Probably.
Okay, Fern's just gonna
math.
revolver time.
Pew pew. That does hit for 11.
And then 10 and 11.
10 and 11. Okay.
Nice.
It's still standing, but you can see it's like attempting to maintain its form. Did Aurora wish to do anything?
Aurora will catch up to Fern, like behind this little pillar.
Okay.
There. And that'll be it.
On to Fiffle.
We like to fiffle. We like to fiffle.
So yeah, the creature has gone to here, which is a little further from Fiffle than normal.
Only within range.
There are some stuff in front of you though, blocking your sight from it, so you'd have to.
I'm gonna climb up these stairs.
Okay.
Shoot an arrow at it.
Yep, you have sight line on it. That does hit. You won't get the benefit of sneak attack, but your arrow does land true.
There is one damage roll of 9 piercing.
Okay.
Ha! And then I will get back out of this exposed position.
Okay. Did you wish to do anything else, Fiffle, with your bonus action?
He's gonna juggle for our entertainment. Tips.
Look what I can do.
Yeah, he just handstands. Alright. Well. Those are all dead. Otto, you're up.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here.
Okay.
And I will Eldritch Blast him.
Okay, go ahead.
That is my nature, is violence. Missed.
Yep. That
Okay.
does hit. For 11 force damage. It's holding on, but it's definitely having a rougher time.
And that'll be it.
Graham, you're up.
Alright, Graham is gonna advance on it again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nice.
Okay.
It is me.
That does hit.
It is I, Graham with
And
the power
5,
skill.
so I heal a whole 2.
Well, guess what,
It will
Graham?
take additional damage if it's not dead.
It is not, surprisingly.
Okay, so it will take an additional, for starters, 1d8 necrotic, which I don't get to heal from. 4 more.
Okay. It's still up.
Then I'm gonna burn one of my uses of Turn Undead to do bonus necrotic damage,
Okay.
which is equal to a certain amount plus my cleric level, blah blah blah.
Plus your cleric level.
It's, hang on, I gotta find the math on it. It goes up the higher my level goes.
Yeah.
I use it so much, you'd think it would show up more. on my own sheet. Touch of Death. No, no, no. Yes. 5 plus twice my cleric level.
Okay.
So I am an 8th level cleric, so 21 necrotic damage.
Well, I'm gonna let you on a little secret, Graham, but you've been able to successfully kill it.
Just
Job.
really throws his weight behind that one. Just a John Wayne haymaker.
Graham of the Healer's Field.
I'm gonna heal the shit out of you.
He can hit hard, he just can't act.
You're not wrong.
Every time I hit you, I feel better.
Apparently, he was really good at being a racist.
Yes.
Heard that.
You don't have to say it.
My dad was a big John Wayne guy growing up. When
Graham
nobody
shakes his fist.
knew or talked about
back.
John Wayne's horrible racism. There was a portrait of him someplace.
Yeah.
That stuff's all gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were better Western actors. He honestly was. Hot take, he wasn't that good an actor.
Mm.
All right.
I never stopped and watched some stuff to judge his actual ability.
But with that, Graham and everybody else, although Graham is the one who got the most kills, got the highest KD ratio in this fight.
Just race ban into that shit.
The memory kind of snaps back. The forms you had killed disappear. Well, they had disappeared. You see, like, the memory just kind of shattered apart. You see somebody in a boat fishing when, like, a big fish kind of, like, pulls up. It's just, like, a few, like, almost memories is seen as, like, on shattered glass, fades in front of you. And then the remaining memory plays out as it had before. You see the three who have formed into the singularity, and Crexon reappear. And you see Crexon, like, kind of reveal a bit of, like, a large piece of paper, and he, like, stretches it out, and you can see it is the schematics for the initial weapon. However, there is a number of edits done to it, some very fine, well, like, but very, like, bold strokes that have kind of edited over some of what initially had been written onto it, as well as these large blood red strokes that are writing out a complex arcanic formula on there that is, like, you're not really sure what it says exactly. If you'd like, you can make an arcana check.
Sure.
Okay.
Anybody able to help me in that?
I don't think I can, but if I can, I will.
Just the auto then.
Oh my God.
Auto, you're not sure what this is even referencing. This is, like, incredibly high level arcanic formula that would be taught, like, an incredible high level of, like, or arcanic like, theoretical research.
Can Graham use his spectral mage hand to pull the thing out of his hand?
If you'd like, you could attempt it.
I will attempt it.
Okay.
Can I like take a step forward to try to get a better look at it to maybe understand it better?
If you'd like, you could try and get closer. They don't really seem to be noticing your presence right now.
Oh, if they're not noticing us, then yeah, let's.
Yeah, I want to take a couple steps closer and then look at it again and see if I could maybe, like, comprehend it better.
Okay.
Just assume I like.
You step closer to it, yeah.
Yeah. Can I do another arcana on that?
Yes. Yeah, you're able to determine this was written by a very well trained, incredibly intelligent mage. The formula is something that you would expect to see in an extremely high level of, like, book. The formula written down is incredibly complex. It definitely would have taken a lot of time and effort to write it down. It was like, this goes beyond you to the point where it would require a very powerful wizard or very experienced wizard to actually be able to decipher what it says exactly. You're just able to determine that it is not a simple arcanic etching. It is very powerful magic.
Based off of these observations, can I possibly deduce what wizard, or maybe a handful of wizards that could have written this or completed this.
I'm assuming it's Sar. Or I keep
Yeah,
saying
that's what I'm assuming, but
Correct.
like maybe he got help from others is what I'm going for.
We know he got help from the flayed one.
Yeah, like you see that the very very complex formula are written in the like. Well, make an investigation roll actually.
I will do that.
Can I also do my own?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
24.
Graham,
Yay.
this isn't red ink. This is blood. This was written in blood.
Yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense.
Contract.
Krexon, you can see he is holding a pen that is it has a kind of like bluish black ink to it, which has been done to put in the initial corrections on the paper.
Okay.
But yeah, the very high level complex ones are ones that had been done in blood. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing we're in a hive mind full of a lich and several very senior spellcasters. Graham is going to try to memory shift to their consciousnesses with this information, with him like holding up the scroll in freeze frame.
All right, go ahead, give me a wisdom check.
Okay, of course I just minimized the page. Come on. Wisdom check. Just a check, not a save, right?
Yeah, not a save.
Okay, so I took off my save bonus. Only 12.
Let me try. I can also try that.
You're able to shift to a later memory as they are discussing the latest like formula then placed in front of them. You can see Sandro kind of scratching his head, the just like hand like on bald scalp as I can possibly make this work. Misa, are you able to get these etchings in? And they are discussing amongst themselves that they are having a hard time deciphering what this represents exactly.
Is the version they're looking at the one marked up with blood, or is it their original?
It is the one marked up in blood, as they are now back in Misa's lab.
Can we help them decipher it?
Yeah, Graham was gonna come in and suggest they phone a friend and try to get their present day selves into this memory with their past selves to help them.
Yeah, if you'd like to, you can attempt to.
Wisdom again?
Yep.
Can I help him with this?
Yeah, Graham, you're able to. You're able to. You were trying to shift a memory, if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
Yep. You're able to shift back to the memory, and which memory are you after exactly?
That little quiet room where we talked to the Lich.
Okay. Yep. You're able to shift back to there, which would give you access to the consciousness itself.
Howdy.
We meet again. Although I suppose we never broke apart in the first place.
We've done a little bit more delving, and do you remember the mock-ups to your plans for the device that Crexon did?
Yes, him and his colleague.
Yeah. Now that you're, a couple centuries older and you've had a lot more time to study, do you think you'd be able to help make sense of his alterations?
It was a very fine essence, where the initial weapon was meant to simply stop people, to knock them unconscious or make them ill. This was a killing effect. It would be somewhat similar to the spell Power Word Kill, but spread out over a large number of people and delivered via a audible sound.
Now that sounds illegal.
I mean, it is killing us, so.
There's the spell in question, especially the one Krexon had written down, appears to be a spell of his own design that had been modified to an extent with the help of his colleague. Krexon had described his spell as Mass Power Word Kill, which theoretically isn't possible.
Well, with with the knowledge from those plans, is there anything you can do to help us unravel this?
The initial effect may be a little bit difficult to cure, but we do believe we had discovered a way to reverse the effects, especially as it would take time to actually go. However, the weapon itself and a lot of the formula we purposely destroyed the memory of, and the actual writings itself was put in an area we had kept to prevent anything from escaping.
Well, we ran into a memory of you know who, except he wasn't a memory. He was aware of us.
Correct, son?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, there were two, so I took the better of the two options and assumed it was. And I'm just glad it's correct.
But he had laid some sort of trap in your memories to deal with any interlopers, and we dealt with the trap. So maybe there's a little less restriction on getting into those memories because we're still gonna die.
I believe I can show you where to go and recover the actual writings themselves. We had initially decided to put in a reverse for it, put on the formula, but to prevent the weapon from being created a second time, we had sent it down to an area to be, in essence, kept somewhere dangerous where it couldn't be recovered easily. I would ask that once you actually get the formula and you're able to get the cure for it, that you destroy the actual the blueprints for the weapon itself. I don't want it falling into the hands of anybody who would use it for any purpose.
All right.
We were reluctant to use it in the first place, and the moment it was used, we regretted it. I would not want this to live on my conscience.
Okay. Well, we'll do that, but first let's get to that memory and start undoing the damage to us.
One moment, and he kind of like shifts the memory, and you can see the back in Misa's lab within it's a side room you had gone to previously. You can see them kind of assembling the final weapon. It is a kind of brass box on four legs. You can see it has a kind of strange tubes running through it along the side, up around the back. You can see it has a kind of bonnet on the front from what sound is sent forth. You would find it similar to what you would think of like kind of an old style record player.
Cool.
And you can see that there is a crank along the side of it. You can see Misa kind of turn the crank, and then it produces a kind of low pitch sound, and you can see a number of pieces of like fire just kind of erupt and leave like a scorch mark on the ground in front of it. Well, it works. Charge it with magic, and it'll go.
So, what about nullifying it?
The memory continues playing out. They don't really seem to like acknowledge your existence. You can see they take the formula that they've written that actually produced it, and they kind of like roll it up. Sandro produces another piece of paper. This will stop it. I don't want them anybody getting a hold of this before it actually, works its magic. But if case of emergency, we'll have access to it. We need to send this down somewhere, where they're not going to get a hold of it if they do decide to attack. Kind of look to each other. Do you mean down in this? Yep. We'll send it down to the silence.
Okay.
They kind of like roll it, put it in the leather container. Find somebody who's willing to go down there. Don't expect them to come back up. And that's when the memory ends.
Well, guess we got to go to the silence, guys.
What now?
We
Sounds
found
bad.
where they put the schematics for the thing to undo our death by sound, and it's in the silence, which I'm guessing is where all the bad shit happened.
So we're in the process of being killed by this sound?
Yes.
Let's see.
We've got like a week to live, minus however long we've taken. We got into the hive mind to try to find it.
Well, it sounds like this silence is the place for us.
Hmm.
I'll zip my lips.
It was just like this.
Let's do it.
You begin to hear the voice of Jerna as if from a distance. Are you okay down there? In there?
No.
We got to go to the silence to find the cure for dying of sound.
You need
It's
to
totally normal thing to say.
You need to break the connection. The limiter is begun to it's catching fire. It's heating up.
Okay. Let's start trying to break the connection.
Was there something in there that
By 3 times.
caused that would cause some issue?
Maybe.
Thumbs up for yes.
The limiter shouldn't have caught fire like this. Ever.
Just break the connection.
Okay, this would be the other thing that Crexon did. All right, let's try to get the fuck out of the memories.
All right. Jerna.
How do I roll to break link?
Yeah, you just got to. Jerna just says, "I'm setting up an exit point for you. You just have to find it."
Okay, where?
I'm not within the connection itself. You'll have to find it. Think of as something you can exit from.
Grandma's gonna try to think of like them leaving the academy when they graduated.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save.
Save or check?
Or check, I'm sorry, yeah.
I can help, I guess.
Maybe make your own.
Yeah, let's see.
Sounds better.
Yeah.
I can do it on Fern too. Oh God.
Yeah, Graham.
Just for laughs.
You're going to the you're able to get back to the academy, and you can see them all kind of discussing the academy. You can get a memory of their actual graduation, with them being handed diplomas from Crexot, or not Crexot, I'm sorry, from Zaffeller. You also see your mentor, the person who had instructed you on the methods and the teachings of Eidos for you, shaking her hand. Congratulations, Graham.
Yeah, well, we're starting to bleed through. Graham is going to think really hard about when he left his podunk hometown, just left by the one dirt road that leaves it and never had to go back.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom.
Not home, country roads. Wisdom again?
Yep.
Come on. Oh, halfling?
Do it.
That's better.
Graham, you're able to maintain memory of your podunk hometown, just
Escape.
a small village that
he's just a small time priest.
you see like shepherds, some horses, a robot horse that Sandro had built as a child, kind of like
nice
running through the fields.
Don't forget Zorse.
Well, I should probably be thanking Crexon. I get to leave this shithole twice. And Graham will just fucking stroll on out.
Right. Graham, you're attempting to leave the memory.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself in a memory of an incredibly lush, beautiful forest. The trees stretch up taller than any spire you've ever seen. They are massive. Like, you would probably need a good 10 minutes to walk around one.
Nice.
The small fairies kind of dart among the sections here. Centaurs make their way through, satyrs cloud through. Fern seems to find this incredibly familiar.
Yeah, I was thinking the Feywilds, I'm gonna assume.
Fern says, "Yeah, these are my home."
Uh, and Fern is going to attempt to remember how she left the Feywilds in search of her mentor, try to lead us out of here.
Okay, go ahead, give me a wisdom check for Fern.
Of course, man.
Uh, Fern's like, "Oh, that's easy. I took a vote to Viderheim where I was working with Zaffeller."
No, Otto's gonna be like, no, no, no. That's not how you told us before.
Prince of Persia retconning.
And then he's gonna be like, you were looking. I don't even remember. I don't think she really actually told
She
us. So
didn't
I'm
really
assuming
tell
it's like,
you.
I'm assuming it's like campfire stories, right? So
She
I'm gonna
definitely
explain it
didn't
like that.
go with Zaffeller, though.
Yeah, you definitely didn't go with Zap Feller, and maybe she can think about it again, like regain her own individuality.
Go ahead, give me another wisdom check.
That's better.
Uh, my mentor brought me out of the Feywilds and showed me a trick on how I could leave and told me to look for the crossblades in Viderheim.
That sounds accurate. A lot more accurate than a boat. So do the trick. Do I roll for the trick?
Yeah. Try and think of an exit.
Nice.
Fern is able to separate her memories from the ones that are bleeding in, and you've seen that like the Feywild leads to like a large boat that has a symbol of their Arwellan Empire. Fern is able to force that memory out, and she is able to maintain the form of the Feywild itself.
Ray? Question mark.
It's like you hear the voice of Jorna. Keep searching. Search your memories. Try and keep your memories and the memories of the singularity separate.
Jordan is
You need an
I
exit.
assume with that 23 she can perform the trick, the exit strategy from the Feywilds and to
Yep.
come find us at the
I think each of us have to go through a memory
yeah.
and find our
Yeah.
exit.
Yep. Fern is able to see a portal that has been created, and she can see the kind of like cold weather, the streets and cobblestone of Vaxfall.
That one's hard for me because I don't remember like her entire backstory.
And she is able to pass through the portal with Aurora. Graham has also left Otto. Fiffle, you're the only two remaining.
Uh,
Biffle continues clicking his heels together and saying, "There's no place like home."
So Otto, Fiffle, if you'd like, you can make wisdom checks in order to attempt to
Oh,
escape.
there's more of
Oh,
this than no
gosh.
clicking.
Otto, you see your hometown that your bar has found itself next to the academy. You can see a number of students walking in. You can see a young Sandro, a young Misa coming in. Otto, good to see you. Can we get a drink? The usual, please. In your
Otto's
mind, you
gonna
know exactly what the usual is. You pour it out
Otto's
for
gonna
them.
shake his head. It's like, no, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. And he starts to feel angry. trying to force not wanting to remember that.
Let's see here. Yeah, Fiffle. Well, Fiffle, you find yourself kind of gambling with uh, Silric. You can see him rolling some like nice sets of die. He just rolls, loses. You're able to collect a bunch of gold. You can see printed on the face of it.
Friend, you fool.
Printed on the face or printed on the gold coins are the face of an Arwellan emperor. You have intimate knowledge. He is the current reigning emperor. Of course, you also seem to remember him having died some 700 years ago.
Fizzle continues to stare at the coin.
It is freshly minted.
I don't know what I'm going to do here. I feel like Piffle naturally would just never escape this. He's not very smart and doesn't.
Maybe Aurora can just pick him up by the scruff and trot him out.
But I don't know. I guess these memories are kind of confusing. I look back at Surik.
What's wrong, Fiffle?
Surik,
You seem upset.
you remember the time that we took a boat down the river?
I think
And
so.
that- those guys.
Maybe?
Mm.
Taking a lot of boats down a lot of rivers.
Gotcha, Surik. That never happened. Ha!
Okay. Well, Fiffle, remember the time you and I went to see the World Tree to get the etchings from the druids there?
No.
Are you sure?
Maybe. Look, I remember a lot of things, all right?
What do you remember?
Probably even more than you. I have the best memory that exists.
Oh, God.
Well, where'd you come from? Where's your hometown then?
I don't know that I ever gave it a name.
Ratville.
Piffle came from the halfling commune of um uh look, I'll come up with a name later.
Okay.
Piffle grew up in a halfling commune and left because of the bread lines to
Oh,
make
doesn't sound very fun.
it wasn't, it was terrible. It was a terrible childhood. Suffered on communism.
I see. Well, either way, I came from an elven village where I learned magic, and then I received a spot within the academy. So, how'd you get accepted in the academy anyway?
Academy?
This one, where you're the apprentice of Zafella, remember?
Piffle looks around. Is he in an academy?
He is in a side alley behind the academy, yes.
I don't remember anything about that. And I would never sign up for an academy.
You've had too much to
Unless it was
drink.
an academy of stealing money from the academy.
Fiffle, let's go down to Otto's, get a drink. You'll feel better, okay?
Sure.
He kind of leads you into Otto's bar. Otto's bar doesn't really match the setting. His bar is made of wood, has a thatched roof. A lot of the other buildings in the area are made of marble, and they have tile roofs. It kind of stands out, but it always seems like it was here. Otto is
Is Otto there?
inside. Yeah,
Otto's
Otto's
having
inside.
an existential crisis right now.
Otto's inside. He's pouring drinks for Sandro and Misra.
Otto, my old friend.
Biffle, we're in trouble.
I remember
pouring-
you well, Otto, but I don't remember you from my academy days. This is strange.
He's gonna come out of this a halfling larceny, like academian.
And I was like, Biffle, I was like, you never worked for the academy. You usually stole from the academy.
That does make sense. But this guy says I'm an apprentice.
Maybe an apprentice swindler?
That makes more sense to me. Do they teach swindling at this academy? I ask, what's his face?
No, they primarily teach magic.
I don't really know any magic. I tried to do magic once, and somebody's house burned down. I don't like to talk about it.
Oh, well, I mean, let's get a couple drinks. Then we got a lecture with Zaf Feller. We're
About magic?
discussing. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. He's going to be discussing the connection using specific increments to achieve a quantitative magical effect that expands as time progresses.
That sounds
Otto's
really
just gonna say,
confusing, and
Otto's just gonna
I
go, that
will
never
probably skip that
happened.
class.
Otto's gonna go, that never happened, and this bar never was here.
Otto, your bar's
Oh,
always been here.
Jesus! Where's my wife then?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I don't know. Otto, where's your wife?
She's dead, right?
Otto doesn't want to remember this, but he's like, she's dead. This tavern doesn't exist,
I'm sorry to hear
and he's
that,
gonna
Otto.
start getting, he's gonna start. Otto's gonna start getting filled with anger, like as he remembers this.
All right, Otto,
Because
go ahead and make a wisdom check at advantage as you are using your anger to attempt to. There
Let
you
the
go.
anger flow through you and reveal the truth.
Otto, you were able to force the memories apart, and you find yourself in your hometown, in your bar. You believe it. You're not sure the exact time. It seems like before the attack. What is Otto's exit point?
Well, as this happens, Otto's gonna slam his fist into the bar. It's like, this is bullshit. I know what happened, and Otto is actually serving alcohol when people start screaming, and he runs outside and he sees everything that's happening.
Okay.
He sees the people being murdered, like by the undead, and being dragged off, and this hooded figure is pulling the souls out of the dead into some kind of phylactery, and then they just dissipate.
All right.
He Otto is obviously like shaking and angry right now, and he looks where he knows he has to look, and he doesn't want to, and he sees his wife dead,
All right.
and he grabs the same weapon again, and he cuts the guy down, like forcing his way out.
Yeah, Otto, you cut through, and with that, the memory is done. And it is Fiffle. Fiffle, you have found yourself with Otto's bar in this kind of area that is burning. You see him strike down a kind of a fiend, a tall fiend in armor, wings, horns, hooven feet, and you see Otto kind of like manage to strike and get him by surprise, and Otto disappears. And then the memory fades, and you find yourself in a breadline. You see a bunch of halflings all around you. You see a kind of halfling elder. Just official announcement: we are going to be on for the indefinite future on half rations.
Oh
But if it helps Piffle, if I was there, I'd be like, that's bullshit too.
Piffle looks around at the hungry faces of his fellows.
Next to you, Fiffle, is a gnomish woman, a young Misra. Come with me, Fiffle. Here.
You're not a halfling.
I'm short, though, so that's,
You got me there.
halfway
Look.
there.
I'm pretty dumb, but
Halfling way there.
this halfling commune is an ethno state, okay? I've lived here my whole life, and I know that to be true.
Fiffle.
They don't let gnomes in.
Yeah, probably.
I saw them kick a gnome out last week.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, Fiffle, we're done that
It
half
was pretty
ration.
horrible, actually.
But I'll tell you what, I got a pear. I'll cut you half my pear. How's that sound?
Or what?
She takes out a nice plump pear, and she takes like a little knife and she cuts it in half. Here you go.
Oh. Okay. I am hungry, but if I get the hell out of this communist hellhole, I can make money and purchase my own food.
That sounds like a good idea.
Piffle punches her in the face and runs away.
Uh, you leave this young gnomish woman with like a black eye. Hey, I gave you my pear.
Gotta go.
Now you've been given despair.
Piffle, I don't know,
Gets
packs himself into the back of a wagon leaving town
all right.
in a barrel.
You find yourself hiding in the barrel that you used to escape the town. You see some people chasing after you with your fiffle tailored jumpsuit, a plain blue color that everybody else seems to be wearing.
Ah, right.
And you find yourself having awakened back outside within the creation lab.
Piffle comes to, muttering about Papa Smurf. No, no, Papa Smurf, no.
Not like this. How
There's
then?
actually- yeah, it was actually a kind of white jumpsuit that everybody wore, like just entirely devoid of color. Jurna's there. You can see some other people. They are like dousing the limiter you had placed on is in like water, and you can see it just like erupts in fire, and they just let it burn out.
Well, howdy.
That was close. We are a little concerned you might have been lost forever.
Yeah, it was a little touch and go for a while there. Somebody laid a memory trap in the collective, and it wasn't one of the collective.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the only ones who joined in were Sandro, Mishra, and Silric. I know they had invited their friend Keegan to join, but he said he had some experiments below to take a look at. And then, of course, Krexon, but I don't think he was ever intending to join in.
Krexon did something, but he wasn't part of the mind. He also was aware and talking to us, so something squirrely.
Well, I never met Krexon. He was born long after. I only remember what was written down about him. He didn't exactly sound like the nicest fellow.
No, he's a real piece of shit.
Oh, that does seem to match with what was written down.
In the book?
Yeah, it's quite literally in the book. He's a real piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, she goes and gets a book and pulls it from...
The book of fuck this guy.
And it's like a little history book, and she like flips through, and she puts it down in front of you, and Krexon, a real piece of shit, written right there in like a...
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Huh. Wow.
Well,
He was prepared if he left a memory trap. I guess he thought people would be going in if he, put a trap down there. In there. I'll admit, I don't quite know where the memories would be in terms of a physical location, but on the plus side, you're able to escape. Were you able to find where the cure is?
Yeah, we gotta go to some place called the Silence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's probably a nice place, right?
No.
Yeah, silence.
No.
In order to properly dispose of certain experiments that have gotten out of hand, they would be dumped down into the Silence, where they would eventually, hopefully, die. Hopefully.
That's where they put the info, and then they burned it from their own memory, so it's that or nothing.
The real problem is that the Silence is a kind of location one layer below us. And then the problem with the Silence is that it's completely silent, as the name might suggest. Special channels have been carved in, acoustic research has been done. In essence, any sound is immediately counteracted with a equal and opposite force. really what this means is you will not be able to utilize anything audible down there. If you speak to one another, you won't hear anything. It'll be as if you're deaf. And if you're, reliant on speaking in order to cast spells, don't count on that.
Ah, hell. That's going to complicate things.
So, I would say take some time to recover yourselves. You have at least a couple days before you need to do anything. Prepare ahead of time for that. And she kind of looks to you all, and especially you, Mr. Graham there. She hands you a little rag. Your nose is a bit bloody. I think you might have been a bit of suffered something while connected to the singularity.
Yeah, they kind of beat the tar out of me.
Well,
I gave back as good as I got. Don't you worry.
it's good. Yeah, we were a little concerned at first. You had been kind of jerking around a bit, and we noticed a lot of blood pouring from your nose and ears and tear ducts. So we were concerned at first.
Well, Graham will daub at the gore.
It's a bit of nice blood, but for the most part, yeah. So we have rooms set up for you. We can get some meals for you. You won't die tomorrow, I believe. So yes, prepare ahead of time.
How long were we in there?
A few hours.
Okay, all right. That's
about
what
8.
I was hoping at most.
Yeah, you were in there like 8 hours.
Okay.
Nothing too exciting, but although I will admit this is interesting. So you were able to connect with the singularity.
Yeah.
Admit a certain curiosity, especially as we have never been able to link with the singularity before, as we never had access to the limiter. Although considering it burned out so quickly, that might be for the best. And the traps you mentioned.
Yeah, don't do that. It's bad idea to do that. Very dangerous.
There was some sabotage, yeah, but it worked in principle, though it was a little tough to disentangle ourselves.
Well, Lilia will be happy to hear that you recommend against it, although I will admit your warnings not to do pique my curiosity.
Well, let's tell you all about it over some food and get some rest. And Graham will ease himself up.
Careful there. You've yeah, they undo the straps. They're not there to like prevent you from moving. There's more to keep you from thrashing around.
Yeah.
So they're able to just unbuckle, and you're able to get off the metal table.
Graham was laughing audibly every time he got healed with his necrotic touches. Like what is going on in here? He heals and he gets bloodied again. He heals and he keeps getting bloodied.
What must that have looked like?
We just saw you thrashing around, and then you would stop, and then you would start again, and then you would stop. It was disturbing, to say the least.
Understandable.
Well, anyway, yes, let us get some dinner. We are preparing some food. I will admit, your killing of the guardian god has had good effect from a morale perspective. We are preparing a celebratory dinner.
Nice. I'm down for some celebratory dinner. We kind of been through it. We've been through a lot.
Well, considering you killed it, you will be the guest of honor. So congratulations. So that'll be ready in just a couple hours. We'll get some rooms ready for you, and so relax. Try and get your bearings. The limiter just died before you were fully out. Maybe go through your memories and make sure that you haven't left anything behind or taken anything with you. And in the meantime, just enjoy yourselves. But
we find out the entire rest of the campaign takes place in the memory, in the unconscious. We didn't escape.
Yeah, just the trick ending is just it takes place in a snow globe, as imagined by a small child. Haha, St. Elsewhere reference. But
Henceforth.
Good session.
we will leave it here, and we'll pick this up next week.